Hey, it's Dr. Mike. Hey, everybody, Dr. Mike's show here, drmike.org. You could say this is my clinic. Actually, I'm closing it today. It's the last day, so I'm making my last two videos. Yeah, this was also a podcast office on the other side, and we had a lot of fun actually. But we're going to move to a larger facility and studio in Milwaukee, and then eventually branch out into Chicago, hit back into New York and LA, and I'll be in the Bay Area next month. So this last few days, I'm sorry about having my unkept self here, but I've been packing up the office, and literally today's the last day, so I figured I'd get these last two videos in. So what we're going to talk about is when people would come in, we had spa slippers so they could relax because, as I mentioned before, oh God, I really got to apologize for my hair, but it's all right. Let's do it like that. So drmike.org. So I had developed health gnosis as you could say, trickle down method of combining hypnosis, fast NLP, and other modalities to help clients get really fast results. One of the key factors is depending on their mood and their anticipation to whatever you're working with them, I would primarily work with people who had addictions. Very effective with smoking. And I'll be putting up a website just for that because there's a lot of people really around the country, if not internationally, that contact me, and I'm not going to fly out to see them unless they really are going to spend the bucks. And it's not always easy to get to where I am. So watch for that. It'll be todaystopsmoking.com. Todaystopsmoking.com. So when they come in, now I'm not an expert on reflexology. I don't necessarily know much about it, other than in the halt process to help people quit smoking, we will hit certain meridians uh, in the ear, the wrist, and on the feet that um, will stimulate endorphins. And coming into a clinical setting or working with you as a therapist, assuming that you want to get them to be relaxed. So my last talk before this, talking about how the 3 R's, relaxation, recreation, and proper rest, is really key to supporting your holistic practice for the health and well-being of your clients, which is what you're in business for, hopefully, not just to make the cha-ching. So these are things just to keep in mind if you're ready to do foot massage or you're a reflexologist, then you know all this stuff, but it combines to other areas. Again, there's the ear. And this is what I would hit with laser points, which is a practice in Europe to help your clients quit smoking. You can also do that by putting a seed or a magnet. That's a whole different series and talk. But the grounding is really important. So when they come in, I have them take off their shoes and take off their wristwatch, or if they've got tight jewelry or necktie on, to kind of chill out for a little bit. And we just moved the massage chair, excuse me, but we still have at the bottom of our desks a grounding mat. Now, if you don't know about earthing or grounding mats, you really should go on your favorite search engine and look. But basically, this is tied into the grounding part of the outlet, and it just snaps in there. And you take your either barefoot or your socks at least, and you can just have your client fill out the paperwork while they put their feet on there, and they're getting a little bit of a grounding experience, which is going to help them. So earthing would be if you stepped outside with your bare feet, whether it be sand on the beach or grass or a little bit of mud pack experience. Some people have put together their own little patches where they've put elements of, talk about the key elements like gold powder and silver and things like that, copper. That can all help. And there are also devices that you can help hold. So I'll just share things really quick. So to get your client into a relaxed mode, they can with their feet or on their thighs, relax, and I don't do massage per se, but those of you that do, give them a little sample. But on the feet, these devices do really work nicely. And they offer other stimulation plus red light therapy. So I'm just sharing a few different things that you can have available for them. And they can roll, and this is actually a foot mat, but there are some that have stimulations on there. So I'm going to share those with you really quick. So I guess I could just open them up and show you. These are brand new that I'll sell, but this is, let me come back to this for a second, because this is my portable foot wrap. So since I do hypnosis for my hypnosis, that could be a grounding mat as well, where they're looking down and they're getting a little bit of that experience, right? And the same thing on the other side. But for stimulation, this is tactile. Now it's acupressure, and there's magnets, and so after I've gotten them grounded, I'll put that on there, and this might be where I begin the procedure for them to relax. Now, when they kick back on the massage chair, at that point, their feet are raised. But until that time, and again, they could be doing paperwork or we're going over the paperwork, they're getting a little bit of extra stimulation at the soles of their feet. And it's really quite nice and stimulating in that way. And so, where I would sell these because people like the experience, this is another form of that. And there you have actually where in reflexology what is stimulated on the foot. Now, again, I'm not an expert on that, uh, but when I lived in Shanghai, I noticed that where foot massage was really, really popular before I came here. Now you kind of see them all over. Usually they're run by Chinese or Asian, not necessarily, but this is what I noticed in China. And so I got a few of these. And again, my client comes in, they get a little of that experience because maybe they think, oh, it's too painful. I mean, I'm putting my fingers on it, I can really feel it. But again, this is going to offer a little bit of a stimulation experience where now they might like that and they'll buy them. And again, like supplements and other things I might have, they're optional, but to have them available, it helps add to your bottom line. And at the same time, it's a nice little addition to you could. It's not even an upsell because when they come in, I let them have the grounding experience as part of them coming in and just getting grounded in my practice and making sure the environment is quite nice with the lighting. You know, I've got really good lighting and, of course, the music background and maybe some life technology, which is vibrational or earth level frequency tones um, that are just, again, making them comfortable. Not even that they're noticing it, but it's adding to that effect. All right. And then finally, Brookstone and other companies have uh, these are foot massagers, right? And they also have a little bit of electrostimulation to it, very, very light level of it. So it's a microcurrent for toning, and there's different pulse modes and intensity levels. So I'll have these in there again with other supplements, and I moved that. I had you could package these, massagers that you can go around your neck. You see these on the airplane, but this actually will give you a little bit of massage. Well, I'm just saying that, you want to be able to add a little bit of a service so that if someone's coming in and they're nervous before that, you just let them relax a little bit after they've done their paperwork. Give them a minute as you're reviewing it. And that way they can just get situated with themselves. Of course, making sure the cell phone's turned off and, if they're doing cufflinks, whatever, relax, watch off. And they can watch introduction video, something that's going to put them into the mood and state that you want so you're able to work with them. Those are just some of the ideas. Um, so helpnosis.org, so helpnosis.org. Fasthypno.com is my hypnosis website, and todaystopsmoking.com. And I'm drmike.org. Hope you enjoyed it today. I'm just really adding these benefits because, again, today I'm closing the office, but also I'll be adding this for a future course, drmike.org.